Link 215 here, aka Shizzy with the Xbox. I'm here with a great friend of mine.
It's Astronaut H, man. You know what we about to do. Let's get into it.
Second episode 3, man. Saved by the Bliss. Let's get into it, man. This by far the best episode I've seen out the first 3 on Wall Street.
Okay.
It's the title. Let's kind of break down the episode first, and then we could talk about what we like and dislike about the episode.
Okay.
So the episode stuff like any other episode, we're in the hallway and everything, and you got
Zach.
Nah, we got Trash Morris. So we got that's his new name for this podcast. He's Trash Morris walks out to Mikey and basically like, bro, you got $300, boy. He like
what? Hold on, wait.
He starts like that.
Out of all things to ask somebody for, not
at 14 years old.
Not to help, not to say, damn, like, do you have like $50? He go straight for the gusto.
Yeah, Trash Morris. I need 300. And Mikey is more like, first of all, no. And why you need 300? My dad Cameron, he told me not to play with it, and then I played with it. So again, even at home, he's Trash Morris. Like, it's not even in school. Like, this man is trash all day around.
And then he asked me what you was doing with the camera. He like, I was filming the twins from down the street. He like, don't they live 2 blocks away from you?
Exactly. You know what Zoom can do now? Like, yo, bro, like you scoping on these chicks, bro. Like,
horrible.
Come on, man. That's John creepy, man. He doesn't stop. Trash Morris don't know when to quit, bro. He's a legend.
Always.
He's a legend for the wrong reason, man. So it goes into a monologue, right? And I like Miss Bliss's monologues to setting up the episode, and she talks about the world we live in. It sounds like right now, the kids are growing up with video games, computers. This is a new world, so they have to learn how to maneuver through the world. So she's teaching them some form of business and teaching them the stock market. And she talks about certain stocks, and I believe she said every person chipped in $2.
Yeah, $2 at the time.
So $50. So she has 25 kids in her class. So now we know it's 25 kids in the class, and I think it went up, right? They had it in some plane. I forgot what airline. It was some airline that she did invest money in.
Yeah, they was invested in the airline for $50, and then they wanted to know. Everybody was like, "Well, $2 is nothing. We're not going to get rich that way." Like that was the whole.
And they gained some money though. They gained, I think, I don't know if it went up 150.
Yeah, the stock had went up.
Yeah, so they're like, we are gaining money. It's teaching them, and they're checking the internet online. They more invest in the papers. So it's really engaging the kids. So this type of teaching from the beginning, I was like, yo, Miss Bliss the GOAT. Like the first couple of minutes in, I'm like, Bliss the GOAT, bro. Like, So and before Trash Morris ruined, because we already know what this show is.
Well,
before that though, I forgot what it was talking about before. They were just breaking down like what they would do with money and things like that.
It was just talking about money. So when Zach had this idea, he had the idea. He like, with the stock market, I can make a lot of money, get the camera, and be rich.
Yeah, not even fix the camera.
I could be rich.
Yeah, I like, and that was interesting because Zach really took. Well, at first he might have had a good idea, but he just showed his Zach Morris cadence, right?
Listen, this went from a good time. Miss Bliss was just trying to teach to something
that's going to help them in the future. Now, after she leaves the class, when the kids are happy, she goes inside the principal's office, not the office, whatever the main office where you go into, and she's talking to Milo, and she's talking to the music teacher. Belding ended up coming in,
right?
So I believe right after that scenario, Zach. That's when Zach started putting his plans in motion. So Zach go to school stupid early, breaks into school with Mikey, and then they run into Milo, who token black.
What y'all doing? What y'all doing here this early?
Zach.
And then Zach quick on his feet as
Trash
always.
Morris is compounding lies.
we here to do a project, a special project for Miss Bliss.
Exactly.
But Zach, even before then, Zach, like, what we going to invest in? Of all things,
the Idaho.
Potatoes.
The Idaho.
He like, I read a book at the library. It's foolproof. You can't lose.
Oh yeah, and we missed that part too. When she said, when he did ask her in the beginning of the show, like, "Well, how can I learn more?" She said, "You can go to the library." He said, "Cool." And he's like, "Oh, where's the library? Like,
where is it? Like,
what is these words you speak of? Like, I don't know what the library is."
It's like this. It's like Zach was just like at this point when they was in and they told Mikey, let's use, and then here's the thing.
Mike is a little hesitant.
They used Miss Bliss money.
Well, it seems like they're kids, so it has to be her account. So she set up an account for them to invest the money in. So for them to move the money, it's under her name. So you're actually moving her money. It's your money, but you're moving her money. So Mikey seems a little hesitant. He is more like, I don't know. Zach starts, talking him into it. Like, look, man, if we get this here, this much money here, like, she would be happy about it. She would be happy we took initiative. So he gets on board. Now he doesn't talk to the rest of the class at the time. So he makes the decision with Mikey only because Mikey knows how to use the computer.
Yeah,
Zach doesn't know how to navigate on the computer in the stock market yet. Mikey was the one who was always doing it. So
at that moment, Zach had the idea and he just pushed forward. And then Mikey was like, "You think everybody going to agree with the idea?" He was like, "I'll handle that." He was like, "I'll handle that." Then they go to the lunch. They go to the lunchroom.
Yeah, so that means he got no choice but to convince them now because he already paid it through.
Because he already did it.
Now, Belding, we said before, wasn't actually. We probably didn't say it. He wasn't happy about the stock market thing in the beginning of the episode.
No.
So he was more saying like, it's not a good idea. It's bad. His angle is kind of you teach them how to gamble, not earn money.
Yep.
Which he said, not really. Stock market is not like that. So at lunch, he's bringing this stuff up again, and he was like saying, "Hey, you didn't good."
He said they was over there talking, and then all the kids was like happy, and then Miss Bliss was like, "Have you ever seen that enthusiasm?" He's like, "Yeah, in Las Vegas."
Yeah, exactly. He was clipping them up, but they was focused. It was over there. They had the newspapers. They was really talking about investing. So what she's talking about is working. It's just Zach is just.
Yeah, because Zach he was playing off everybody's emotions. He was like, "Lisa, wouldn't you want a shopping spree at Beverly Hills? Nikki, wouldn't you want to save the whales?"
Yeah, exactly. Save the animals. So like, I think he's really big on that. Like, So it's like everybody eventually buys in. There's some hesitation when it comes to Lisa and Nikki at the end, but they buy in, even though they don't know Zach already put the money in. So like he has to convince them. So so again, they don't know. So they join in. They said, "Cool, why not?" And I believe the next scene is what happens?
They're in the classroom.
That's when they talking about the money, right? They
talking about the stock. They was like, Miss Bliss they was wondering why their stock was up so high.
Well, I think before that, Belding approached her again because it was a rumor that they're making a lot of money now.
Yeah, they make a lot of money. Like, and everybody want to do it. Yeah,
everybody want to go to our class, and he kind of even throws the shade. They're making more money than me. Like this a little disrespectful. And she talks about how she just got she's about to get a brand new car. She about to get a sports car. So she like, cool, because she's been saving her money, right, doing well, about to get a sports car. So that leads into the dumb disappointment. Zach and them is happy because now they realize their investment, at least right away, skyrocketed. I mean, it went up to everybody would get points. Yeah, everybody would get $300 a piece. How much people in the class? So you got to think about that. That's $2 investment jumped to $300. You're 14. This is like the early 90s. $300, bro.
Yeah, Lisa was like, they was like, "We're rich." Lisa was like, "We're not rich.
We well off, but
we're not rich."
Yeah, and I like how she said it. She's like, so chill. So everybody talk about what they're going to do. It's really Lisa and Nikki and Screech just going along with their plans, And then I think after that, that's when it gets real, right? That's when Mikey kind of says like, "Hey, man, I don't know if he like realized it's too late, but he's like, hey, I realized the way we bought in the stock market with the margins and everything, that if it goes down, we will owe money. So we should just get out now." So he wasn't even saying it was a bad idea we went to this. He went, "Oh, we should just get out now because we got the 300. We up." So you did it right. If we even could go back to the other stock, we could take that 300 and go back to the other stock. Zach was like, look, let's give it one more day. Because if we got 300 in one day.
Listen, he's like, when you want a jet?
Exactly. He's not saying that.
Playing with people's emotions.
Yeah, playing with the house's money, man. He's disrespectful. Belding approached her again, saying the same rhetoric he's been saying.
He's more adamant, like shut it down. Like, shut it down.
Yeah, he just want to shut it down. And then she was saying okay because her lesson was like, well, I taught them was already taught. They understand investments. They understand that she's happy. She's having a good time. She's like, yeah, I want to shut it down. It's no problem. They learned their lessons. While she's about to walk in the classroom, they all huddled up at the computer. And that's when they, it's a TV show. The drama has to happen. It plummets it. But since the way they invested into it, she now owes over $1,000. Again, this the early, not $1,000 is a nice amount now. For you just to owe for no reason. For you not chilling, you owe $1,000. So back then in the 90s and everything, you just about to sign a lease to your new car or whatnot. And it's a sports car too. She didn't say like a regular car and everything. She got the gloves and all that. She about to like
got
style.
The gloves.
Yeah. She about to style on them. Then she just hears, all right, they switched to investments. Okay. She's upset about that because it was devious. But then when they get deeper into it, or like how they brought into it, what they did, and she goes off like you should, like, yo, you took my money. I have to pay that back. You stole from me. You know what I mean? Because like, even if they would have invested a different way, maybe she would have been like, all right. But y'all pit it in a way that I lost out. Now I can't even get my new car. That has nothing to do with y'all. My new car was about my hard work. And like now, like y'all pit me in a hole. So she went outraged. And that's when she went back to the office. Right, I think she went into the office angry, Belden like, "What's going on? Why you over here?" I yelled at the class. I was mad at him. Belden didn't really know the severity of why. And then what else happened?
Well, it goes into.
That's why I think like that's not the climax. After that, I don't want to skip a scene.
After they lose the money, she goes and talks to Belden, and I think after that, it goes into the scene where she comes in with the potatoes.
Yeah, okay. So that was a Friday when it happened. That's why it was a Friday when she went off and got mad. She came back the weekend. The weekend is over. She's like, "Oh, we have some time to think about what just happened." The kids are saying this feel real sad. Zach is talking about he's going to sell his murder bike. Got a murder bike, bro. He's going to sell his VCR. He has a VCR. Yeah, this kid living it up. And this before he brought out the cell phone. Like this pre-cell phone Morris. Like, it's just trash as always, bro. Like, so he's going to sell his VCR to pay his dad back. So that lets you know a VCR in there, they think it's around $300.
It's expensive.
Then he goes sell his dirt bike to try to help out. Bliss, right? Everybody talking about what they're going to try to sell. So she comes in, like she said, she's upset, but she's a great teacher. So she's going to flip this around. She got the potatoes. I guess she owns them, whatever. She got the potatoes. Yeah. She said, well, we learned how to do stocks. We're going to learn how to sell now. And she pulls out a phone book and like, I got to figure out how to sell off all these potatoes. So, and then I think it ends on that, her teaching another lesson. Her solidifying why she's the GOAT teacher of the year. Like she's the GOAT.
It right there.
This is the best teacher like I need. So the story, I guess the story with the main characters this episode is kind of actually hard in this one. It's still Zach doing the trashery. So Zach and I guess would it be Bliss for the second main character?
Of course,
because there's always her. Basically, it's them two. So Zach.
Well, Mikey had more of a strong presence in this episode.
Mikey has some, and they showed a little bit more of Nikki's personality that bleeds into the next episode. So, so let's talk about Zach again. Trash Morris. Let's talk about him first. So his storyline through the episode is breaking his dad camera after he's spying on some girls down the street. Needs to get money to pay it to fix it because his dad doesn't even know. He's not even trying to. He's trying to fix it before he find out. So again, he's not telling nobody anything at home. Like just trash at home and trash at school. Double trash Morris. So
double trash.
He asks his friends for the money. He can't get it. They're doing a stock market project. He sees that he can take advantage of that, and he proceeds to do that. And then puts them in a bigger hole. Problem is, there was no real I don't know how he actually got better in this episode. It felt like he didn't really get punished.
Well, yes and no, because on one hand you could say no because it was no consequence to his actions. In all actuality,
he lost $2.
It was because Miss Bliss took the brunt of his actions.
Yes.
Yeah, took the brunt of his actions. Like him breaking the camera was the set off point for the whole story with him.
Exactly.
Like him breaking the camera, he just seen an opportunity because Zach Moore is an opportunist at all points of every time you see him. So when the opportunity was there for him to take advantage of the stock market, he did, not caring who was at risk.
No,
which was Miss Bliss at the end of the story.
Exactly, at the end of the story. So I felt like, I don't know if his character took, I don't know what he truly could learn. He felt bad about Miss Bliss being hurt, but he said what he was going to do, but he didn't lose his VCR. He didn't lose his murder bike. And his dad still don't know about the broken arm.
Well, we don't know that far because they don't go that far.
They don't. But when it comes to like, so his story felt like it's not really complete. He's just the chaos of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the reason why the chaos happened. So I don't know how to rank his storyline for this show. So his storyline for this episode, what do you give?
I say over the overall episode or just Zach?
No, Zach's storyline through this episode.
I give it a modest. I say it's a because he's the whole head point of the story.
Yeah, he's the drama. He's the drama.
Yeah, so that's an A because without him, there wouldn't be
the conflicts wouldn't be there. Okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't be no A. It's an A.
All right. So Miss Bliss, who took all the punishment, but great teacher. Like, so her story, she's teaching them how to stock market because she realized the world is changing and her teaching needs to change. You see how crazy this sounds? Like people fighting for that today. How like the world has changed. We have to teach the kids different. We can't teach them the same way we've been teaching them. So they was talking like that back then. So for her to teach them the stock market, and she did teach them a lesson. They did learn a lesson. Zach just went overboard and conned everybody into doing something, and she took the loss. Now, I don't know what she could learn from this except for like just never trust these motherfuckers.
I'm never trusting these kids again.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like it made her because I think she said out of the 14 years she been there or teaching, she has never been deceived.
Yeah, she said out of 14 years,
y'all stole. Like y'all stole
from her. Like
that's
like
crazy.
That was like in all actuality, that was heavy. Like them doing what they did. Like in all actuality, like it's a TV show, but what they did, bro, that ain't cool.
No, I gotta stop.
That wasn't cool.
Yeah, because it feels like the first 3 episodes. This is the episode she's been hurt the most. She has been really hurt. Other ones, she was the adult and she helped people with their problem. This one, she felt attacked. She felt like, wow, did this just happen to me?
Right.
So like that. So if her storyline, I personally, I loved her dialogue, and I give her an A for this episode as well. Like I feel like. Her story was good. The way she acted it out was good. It felt like good emotions.
Yeah, because now that we watched the first 3 episodes, you know who are the main characters of the show.
Exactly.
The show is, of course, based around high school, but it's based around the middle school. But the 2 main characters that you're going to get stories out of every episode that we've seen so far is Miss Bliss and Zach. So.
Exactly. Yeah. So did anybody else stand out besides the 2 main characters? Did anybody else stick out?
Just Mikey and for me, Mikey and Mr.
Belding.
Because Mikey played the role of basically how Zach always do Screech. It's like
normally Screech would play that role. Yeah, take advantage of you.
You my friend, but I'm gonna take advantage of you in this situation. Yeah,
you got $300, brother.
Take advantage. He couldn't get the money from him, so he figured out a way. Like, you know how to use the computer, right? Yeah. So cool. This is what you're going to do. You're going to take the money and you're going to invest in potatoes. We can't lose.
Exactly. Potatoes is the food of the 90s. Like, who told you that? Milo?
Yeah, Milo was like, you could bake them. He sound like Bubba Gump. You could mash them.
I love all types of shrimp. I'm like, come on, man. The token black dude is really token black right now. Like, I know it was back then. You got to get the job. I get it, man. But this man just kept, he wouldn't stop. He just wouldn't. So, and I think, I ain't gonna lie, I think they have some good writing in this episode. I think in the beginning, like Unique, like right, he said he don't want them to do the stock market. And he's saying like he trying to set the record straight, something like that. She said, you always try to set the record straight, but I'm the album. Bar.
Oh yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I heard that album before. Yeah.
She's like, yeah, you're the record, but I'm the album. And then that's what I was like, yeah, and it just went platinum. I was like, oh, they talking trash, talking trash. And told Milo, get the hell out of there before you lose your job. Then get this thing.
The pipes have ears.
Exactly. So overall, since we talked about the two main being the A's for their roles in this episode, and you feel like Belding stuck out in the supporting cast plus Mikey.
Yeah.
Overall, how was the episode compared to the first three? Is it the best so far?
I think comparing to the pilot and the second episode to now, like I said, I feel like it's progressing. It's going in the right direction for the first three. This is by far the most like climatic episode. So
yes,
I like it.
I like this one the most. I feel like it's going to be hard to top this episode. The stock market, maybe because we're watching it, like we're kind of watching it now as a grown, because we get our own, like, but just the grown stuff that was talking. The stock market, like I didn't, like you wouldn't appreciate that. We didn't. There's no way we appreciate that episode back then.
No,
we probably just looking.
The funny thing is, I probably don't even like I said, like to this point of me rewatching. Now, actually knowing what I know from the actual show is like, I don't even remember that episode like that.
No, I
don't even remember it like that. So watching it now is like, damn, they did that.
Yeah, she's good. Yeah, good teacher. Like, yo, Miss Bliss is the GOAT teacher, bro. GOAT teacher. So again, that's the only thing I got to say. You got anything else to say to the people, or at least about the episode, or what you like, or anything before we head out?
Not really, not this one. I enjoyed it. Link, it's always a pleasure, man.
Yeah, man. Great episode. I can't wait to talk about episode 4. So I guess when we get to that, get back to the people, thumbs up, thumbs down. If you don't like the video, let me know what we're doing wrong. Subscribe, Again, we're going through everything, just to repeat myself, we're going through the whole Saved by the Bell. And then we're going to try to do a lot of great shows from the 90s, a lot of family sitcoms. So this is just the beginning. So hope we grow together and catch y'all the next episode.